What's up, my dudes? So, doing like a full video walk around of the Excursion. Yeah, so it's a 2004 6.0 Excursion, and we did a 2016 interior swap. Now, he already did some of the swap stuff, so he got his headliner changed and painted some parts and put the new visors in. He put the seats in, but he didn't. We rewired them for the heated and cooled, and then he put the rear bench in and the center console. But I went through and kind of redid everything he basically did electrical wise. So yeah, it's pretty freaking sweet. I've probably put about 4 hours of driving on it. I think maybe 150 miles on it so far, and it's great. And I think she's 100%. Came to my storage unit because I want to put the 08 to 16 weather stripping door seals on, and that'll take me 2 seconds, but that's pretty much all that's left on this thing. But yeah, I mean, this thing's sweet. So let me flip the camera. We'll start with the exterior, and then we'll work our way on to the inside. So yeah. Okay, so we'll start under the hood. So he has his own little power distribution fuse box going into the truck behind the glove box, but he wasn't running a fuse on the power wire. So I set up a mega fuse on a 250 amp mega fuse right here for him. And then right here we got the boost sensor for the cluster helper. And then what else I do? He had a jerry-rigged like piece of crap fuse that was about to burn the truck down, because this wire you could just pull it and it'd get loose, and it's hot. She's gonna spark on something gonna burn. So I went and built this little bracket with another mega fuse holder. So basically this powers up the amp for the speakers and the air compressor, and then that powers like the heated cooled seats, the inverters, the aux switches, cigarette lighters on the center console, rear heated seats. That's what that one does. So that's pretty much all I did under the hood. It came out pretty sweet, especially that one. That one looks real clean. And then I put the 2016 full power mirrors off there on a platy, which I kind of like them because they kind of match some of the other chrome accents on the truck. So me personally, I'd leave the chrome caps, but that's pretty much all I did for the exterior. So let's work our way to the inside, because I know that's what y'all want to see. So boom, here she is. Looks good. So I'd say this platy interior's definitely got some miles on it. She ain't perfect, but it's better than what it was, I'll tell you what. But let me close the door and show you some stuff. So it's got the column helper, cluster helper, and vent helper. He did have an alarm remote start on there on the old dash, and we went ahead and reinstalled it and got it all to work. So you got the lock. So if you come over, it don't work no more. And then we got the remote start to work, which is pretty cool. It's on a little delay because it is, 6.0. But yeah, this thing's sweet. I'm so stoked to have it done. All right, we'll give her a second. She'll fire up. So hell yeah. So then you could unlock it. And it does have, if I hit, like all the other alarms, if I hit the brake, it'll kill the truck without the key in it. And there's a couple other, this thing's gonna be really hard to steal if you try to steal it. So you put your new fancy key in and voila, and then you're good to go. Woo. If you wanted. So yeah, we got our iPad kit in there, the AC controls. Everything on here works pretty good. So that's how much I've driven it. So this truck's from Canada, so everything's in kilometers. I got about 4.5 hours on it. So the headlight switch we don't have hooked up. Hold on, but so we got all the window switches working. Then you got your full power mirrors. Yeah, gang, gang. Then you can telescope them out. That's for both sides. Pretty cool. Yeah. And then so the mirror's full power, everything, turn signals, the heat, all that. Then we got our new tweeter right here. Obviously the new door panel's all set up. the locks working and everything, so pretty cool. The headlight switch works how it should, but the dimmer doesn't, so he's waiting for the headlight helper to come out, and then this dimmer is gonna be usable then. We got our Expedition little multi-switch wiper thing on here, and then it also does the rear, so no issues with the rear wiper. And then there's usually a hole here for the adjustable pedals on the new trucks, but I replaced the bottom cover so you don't have a fat gap there, and then I moved the adjustable pedals over here, and then you can just, and then obviously we can't use the new trailer brake, so I put in this aftermarket one. I like it, it's pretty slim and stuff and whatnot, lights up and whatnot, does pretty cool stuff. And then the four-wheel drive works. Yeah, you see I said 4 high. Oh, right there. And then you can either hit it here for the tow haul, you can either hit it there or there. And this lights up orange too, so you know it's a button. I don't know what else to do with it, and I think it's kind of cool. And then this is for your heated cooled seat switches. I don't know if you guys can hear them. So that's driver, passenger, and then you got your cigarette lighter. And then right here you got your power inverter, and then you got one on the back of the console too. That one's not going. So right here we got our Alpine, what is it, U308X or X308? It's a 308 and stuff. I like it. It's a pretty sweet radio. And then we have our iPad kit with my cracked screen, and there's a cord that runs through here. It comes up into this little compartment, and it goes right here. So this little flush USB goes to the back of the stereo, and then you've got your Excursion buttons right here. You got that one for I think the rear defrost, and then you got your parking one right there, and then you got your aux switches. So 1, 2, and 3 are open. He can wire them to whatever he wants, and number 4 kicks on the inverters. Yeah, see how it came on now? So it'll do that one and this one. Yep. So the rear heated seats, right there, that'll tell you that they're on. But if you turn the truck off, they're off. So in case kids leave them on. Pretty cool. Look at that chime. It beats hard. Yeah. So, and then for whatever reason, if you need your flashers, you know, they'll work all the time. And then right here you got your onboard air, and then so if you want to add air in the bags to go up. And now the gauge only works with the key in, so you're not, you know, it's not constantly draining the battery. So if you want, you can air it up. So it's a little compressor. I'll show you in a minute. But hey, it gets the job done. Look at that setup. Oh, it looks cool. And if you want to drop her down, yeah, that's pretty much it for the compressor. I'll show you the compressor real quick. Alright, so up under here he's got an amp for the speakers. So basically it goes from the back of the stereo, all the speaker wires, and they come into here, and then they go back out that way to the speakers. So that's what the amp's for. He already had this in there. I just kind of redid it and cleaned it up. And then we have our compressor right here. It had a Firestone kit, and it was like a manual kit, and it had air lines run all the way up to the dash, and there's air hoses running all across the truck. And I was like, let's go all digital. So I made this little air manifold, and so this goes to the bags. It's on like a quick release, and then everything's on a plug. So if you want to unbolt this, you can pull this out as one unit and service it if you need to. And then this is for the air sensor in the middle of the dash, and this is the solenoid to let the air out. And then there's a check valve right here, so it'll push air in and hold it, and this will open up if you want to let it out. But yeah, it's a pretty sweet little setup. I like it. Then on the back of the console, you got your USB chargers. You know, that'd be the driver rear heat, passenger rear heat, and then, you know, you got your inverter. and everything. Got your seats and whatnot. But yeah, so about the rear door panels. He's gonna figure that out. I might figure that out. I've never done them. I want to. We'll get there. All right, one project at a time. So, but it looks pretty freaking sweet. So let's go over here. So your hood pop is still in the same section. If you want the parking brake, you can push it and still release it. Now let's say you blow a fuse. Look at that, you can still access all of them, no problem. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. So, yeah. And now the same with these seats, the heated and cooled only works when the truck's on, but you can still move them whenever like you're supposed to. Honestly, I just leave mine in the cool position like 24/7. But yes, pretty sweet. So let's, I'll show you guys kind of under here. The wiring came out really good. Yeah, you can see the column helper in my headlight relay pack in it. If you guys want to see my wiring job, go to an older video. I ain't hiding nothing. It's all beautiful. All right, let's go to the other side. Okay, so up over here, here's the other side. So I brought some tools because when you do the new column, the steering wheel's not in the same spot, so you kind of got to do an alignment, get her back straight. So we got our new fuel inertia whatever switch in there. You can kind of see it right there, that guy. So we're not using the old one anymore, you're rocking the new one. And then coming down here, this is the fuse box he added. So if he blows any fuses for his aux switches, he's got them right here. This one powers the inverter, and then this powers the driver's seat, passenger seat, and then this powers the rear heated seats, this powers the cigarette lighters, and then this one powers the inverter on the console. So he still has some extra slots if he wants to add some bells and whistles, but like if he does a light bar, he could just use one of these 3 aux ones, you know, 1, 2, and 3 are open. So yeah, it came out pretty clean. So basically the wires come up here for the dashboard, and I got a plug right there. Then you got this for the ambient air temp little thing, but looks really good in there. What else can I show you guys? Oh, this thing's freaking awesome. Everything works. Got your lock and unlock. Oh wait, don't want to lock myself out. Keys are in here. But yeah, man, this thing's sweet. Got your whole little compartment. So, all right, well, let's close it up and give you a little demo. Let's go for a test drive. Yeah, so I wanted to do the new weather strips because they're a little bigger and they're double walled versus these old ones. They're only single walled and they're not as wide, so we want to be able to clear this gap, kind of, basically. Like right here, you can see it's only single walled versus the new ones are double walled, so you get more of a door seal. Then we ain't got that going on. So when I do the Excursions, because the back door is bigger, basically I get 4 front ones, and then I cut the rear one to length, because the fronts are a lot longer than a rear Super Duty door. So if you get 4 front ones, that's perfect for an Excursion. So yeah, let's close it up. Let's do it. Oh wait, I already showed you the remote start. What am I doing? So let's hop in there. And then it's also got a little headlight chime if you leave your headlights on. Let's see. So it does have an airbag code because this seatbelt probably needs a new setup. It doesn't really retract. So it's got like airbag code 46, I think, for seatbelt, driver's side, whatever, retentioner. So whatever. So yep, let's fire her up. And then right here you got the original controls. It's actually getting warm in here. But yeah, other than that, I mean, I don't know what else to show you besides go for a drive. hear that turbo. Woo. 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 So everything on the cluster works pretty much, just about everything, except some of the features. Like, it's not going to be able to know how many liters or how much fuel you're sucking, and stuff like that. Like, the truck doesn't have the sensors to tell what angle it's at, so I mean, the truck don't know. They don't know. So, but the trip does work. That's how many miles I've put on it, or kilometers I've put on it since I put the dash swap in and reset it and stuff. So yeah, it's pretty cool. But the boost gauge does work. Let's see. Pretty cool. Yeah, you got your turn signals. And it's got the, it's got the tap to pass, so if you just bump it a little bit, it'll blink 3 times and then shut off, which I think is pretty cool, you know, when you're switching lanes, or if you just want to leave it on, and then, you know, turn, and then boom, it shuts off like it should. What else? I mean, you got your high beam, and on your tow haul. I don't know what to show you guys, man. Shit is about everything. So, alright guys, well, let's hop on the road. You know, we'll test cruise control. It's getting warmer here. I'm gonna use the cooler, my booty cooler, and let's get out of here. Yeah, it's pretty freaking sweet. It's hot as balls. All right, guys, I gotta open this gate and get out of here, and I'll show you a clip of us driving on the road. Okay, guys, going down the road. Got the cruise control going. It works and everything, so you gotta hit on and then hit set, and she's set. If you want to speed it up, or slow her down, or turn it off. But yeah, so turn it on, hit set, boom. And then cool part, like, we got our GPS right there. If you want, hit menu. Let's go there. Check this out. We can watch a movie. GPS, the movie playing right there. So yeah, that's pretty cool. So yeah, the truck's driving great. I think I still got to do a little bit of alignment. I think it's still pulling a little to the right, so you got to go a little to the left to go straight. That's why I got them things so I can adjust it and keep driving it. But hell yeah. So alright guys, I'm gonna keep driving. I'll see you at the house. Alright guys, I think she's all good to go. Everything's done. 100%. She's ready to go, baby. Oh, give it to me. Go give it to me. So we're gonna go pick up the customer. I got the new weather strip on there, the new stuff. On water. So yeah, so I think she's pretty much good to go. So we're gonna go drive to the airport and pick up Mr. Canada. And yeah, so I got the alignment straight too and everything, so I'm pretty stoked. I don't know what else to show you guys besides this thing's freaking awesome and everything. I'm pretty stoked with it. But yeah, let me go pick him up. I still gotta write up the bill and everything. I'll tell you how much it costs. You know, that's what everyone wants to know. Hey, how much did that cost? I'll let you know right now, he's probably like at least 15 grand into this. I mean, we're probably talking like 10 grand in just parts. At least I know he sent me 4 He sent me $4 grand. That's all he's paid me so far, and I burnt that up in parts real quick. That Alpine was $1,500 by itself, and the iPad kit another $250. And you got the column helper, cluster helper, all that stuff. It cha-chinged real quick, so this ain't no cheap swap, but the 08 to 10 swaps is the best bang for the buck if you ask me. They're like you could do an 08 to 10 swap for 1/3 of the price of a 16 Platy. So, you know, he's got his little air pressure gauge up here. I mean, that thing was like almost $200 by itself. So, all right, guys, let me go pick him up. I'm excited to see his reaction, and hopefully he likes it, which I think he will. So, I'll be right back. Alright, so we put about 400 kilometers on her. Alright, where's Mr. Canada? Oh, there he is. Woo. There she goes. Let's go back to Canada, guys. I'm gonna get some dinner, and then we're gonna work out. We're gonna go over the details of the build. But man, that thing was sweet. So, I'll catch you after dinner. All right, guys, so we're gonna go over the bill. We got a nice little Excel spreadsheet. Yeah, but it's about $5 grand in parts and almost $4 grand in labor, like right under $9 grand. But all he did was supply the dash and the iPad kit and the column helper and cluster helper, and then I supplied the rest. So like I supplied the Alpine, the trailer brake controller, stuff like that. So let me go ahead, we'll flip the camera, and we'll go over what he got, what he spent basically. So let's do it. Okay, guys, so what we got over here is all the parts. Basically, I ordered them, and when they came in, I highlighted them green. So obviously all the parts we used came in. So he spent a little more than $5 grand in parts, but a lot of it, the big one's the Alpine. That was like $1,400. So I mean, you probably got about $1,500 in just stereo stuff, plus the $250 iPad kit that he bought. So whatever he bought, I didn't put on here. So there's no cluster helper or column helper on this bill. So I also did stuff that just wasn't the dash. The dash was a majority of the job, but like everything over here is not dash related. So I washed it because it was filthy. I removed the old dash, the old mirrors, removed all that stuff. I set up his new driver window switch, wired up his full power mirrors, you know, put the shift cable in. Well, that's kind of dash related. I did some mega fuses under the hood, installed the plastics, the seats. I didn't really charge for that. Do the wiring for the body harness and the cluster helper, cut the new keys and all that kinds of stuff. And then for the dash, this is all the dash stuff that I charged him. You know, from install the shift cable, paint and prep the frame, rekey the lock takes me no time. Set up and mount the 08 multi-switch, you know, strip down both the harnesses. That is a pain in the ass. Mount up the hardware, basically, and then build the harness. That's the big ticket item on there. 13 to 16 dashes, it's $1,000. Now, if I got to do extra, like an alarm, I mean, alarms are pain in the butts. And so there's the alarm, and then basically how I built the upper storage compartment with all the switches and all that. That's what that is. Do the iPad kit, set up the AC controls, trim the iPad, mount the heated cooled seat switches, the trailer brake, the traction control, build the sun load sensor, install the vent helper, assemble it, and then drop it in basically. So yeah, and if you guys want, like, I guess a list of his parts, we did the expedition switch, the column cover, I needed that. These are used parts I got because his clock spring was busted. He needed that for the driver seat or driver window switch. And then he needed those for his rear back door. There's the Alpine and the stuff that comes with the Alpine. Oh, whoops. Yeah, and then stuff for his airbag setup, and then just random parts. So I did supply the vent helper, and then what is the boost sensor for? Oh yeah, the boost sensor for the cluster helper. And then, yeah, the key fobs. I filled up his truck before he left. T-fitting for the cluster helper. And then these are all the Deutsch plugs I added, like on the body or the seats, how much wire he used up. Oops, you don't need to know that. And yeah, whatever. Dash swap, shift cable, all that kinds of stuff. Tweeter pigtails. Yeah, there's a bunch of stuff. This is basically all the stuff I either made or I supplied and all that. There's a bunch of stuff, like put aqua LEDs in the old switches, get the hazard switch, the dash and console inverter, headlight relay pack, a bunch of stuff. So he spent about $5,100 on parts, about 36 on labor, for a total of $8,900. So yep, that's pretty much it. So that's pretty much how much it cost that guy, about $9,000. Plus he drove it down here and then drove it back, so that's, you know, 2 trips and 2 plane tickets. So gotta factor that stuff in too if you do that. Other than that, I think his trip back, I want to say we put like 12 or 1,400 miles on the truck already, and it's doing great. So I'm pretty stoked. So other than that, I'll catch y'all on the next project. I'll see y'all later.